I'm Digital Micro. Welcome to the Digital Micro Trading Journal, Day Trading for ROI. This is part 3 of a video series, Trade Size Increase. So I find myself prepping for the new week ahead and need to increase size yet again. So we're looking for target another 10, 15% per trade increase on the size. So I need to go from a fear-based challenge psych. That's the key. How do I go from this level, because it is a new size in the last few years, and of course it's a challenge on the mental emotional level. So this is what I'm coming from going into the new week. To overcome any fear on the subconscious or conscious level, the transition to a confident apex predator psychology is how I'm going to be executing the solution. So again, apex predator psych is the solution to overcome the fear. So apex predator psych, part of that is building success habits that build confidence. Confidence comes from doing the reps because results are going to follow. So every trade is screened against a self-built checklist from 2021 and 2022, hundreds if not thousands of trades, and every trade before, during, and after the trade templated against the success checklist. And it's over 24 items, so I better have at least several items checked off if I'm going to trade this setup. And this helps give me the mindset, and psych is everything, to have an apex predator size increase. So this is how we're going to roll into the new week, again targeting 10 to 15% size increase. Benchmarks to beat. This is the week to date ROI comparison on how benchmarks did for last Friday's close. So at the top we have the MAS S&P micros down 1.34%. 4320 is what the close was, and the M2k, what I trade, is 1996. If I would have just been in an index mutual fund, yeah, down 2%, but that's not how we roll with this trade journal. We are active traders. We want to be in cash as much as possible, take the setups, make bank, and get out. Thankfully, this is not a hard number to beat. On the crypto, thank God that I got out of all earlier in the year. And again, I believe in crypto with all my heart, especially Bitcoin. It doesn't fit into a day trade ROI business plan. I cannot day trade this, so I'm not going to look at this again till later in the year. This lost just under 1%, and it closed Friday 38,900. So again, what they need to do here on Bitcoin is once and for all get above 40 and stay above 40. But that's not what's happening here. I think once we get above 40, 45, and then of course 50. 50 seems a long way away, but anything can happen. There you have it. Those are the benchmarks. We start fresh Monday Globex. All this goes and resets to 0. So again, it's all about beating the benchmarks, but more importantly, making money on the trading account. So I look forward to posting the benchmarks again on the next video. So let's go to the 2 charts. I'm going to forecast here what I'm going to be looking at on Monday when we open, and the 2 charts we're going to go over are the 24-hour M2k Russell Small Cap, and then we're going to go to the 120-minute. So let's go to the next one. So day trading for ROI, I still take a look always at the 24-hour for context, and this is the M2k 24-hour. So this is how we closed this red bar here on the Friday close. Notice it closed down, and that's very important because number one, look at the range here from the distance from the lower Bollinger Band. So I'm always going to want to know where's price on the lower Bollinger Band. So the takeaway here for the new week is I'm going to look at 3 things. Number one, the lower Bollinger Band. So that's 1956. Number 2 is I want to look at the week wicks here. So last week we had all of these wicks that basically proved as resistance right at the January 2022 anchored VWAP. So price can't break that. The whole year's worth of price action so far is failing to close above here with any extended range. So maybe on Wednesday that a little bit changed because that's what the day we had the Fed speak, but you can see here it pretty much closed right at the anchored VWAP. And then the next day, after people had time to digest the news, it closed lower. And Friday, of course, with all the horrors of what's happening in Europe and the March Fed rates looming ahead of us, what we've got here is a nice steep red bar down right at this 1997 level. So there you have it. The third thing besides the lower Bollinger Band and the year-to-date anchored VWAP is I noticed on January 24th, February 24th, I've marked anchored VWAP levels, which coincide at this inflection zone area of about 2007, 2008. And these were key pivots. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit here. You can see where we were at the lows of the year and we had huge volume green spike. So I want to know from the 24th of January and February, what have we done lately? Where is that level? And so those are the three levels on the 24. So let's transition here to the go-to chart for me on location for day trading, and that is the 120-minute. The second location chart that I look at a lot during the day, during Globex and regular trading hours, of course, is the 120. 120 minutes. Each candlestick is 2 hours. So let's review the week here. So right here we had at the beginning of the week last Monday, upper Bollinger hit. And then around midweek Wednesday, we had another upper Bollinger hit. And what was intriguing here is this happened right at the close. And then when we opened back up the next day here on Thursday, this huge fake out candle. Look at this long wick. So we went all the way up to 2071's 2072 zone and closed all the way back down here to 2043. And that was it. After that candle, you just had a mudslide all the way down to Friday close. So I marked that with an anchored VWAP. That is my number one zone area because it's an inflection point that coincides with the Bollinger Band. And the middle Bollinger Band right now is 2019 on the close of Friday. So those are two zones that I'm going to follow for next week. And then the other three zones, of course, would be the anchored VWAP closing bar zone and then the lower Bollinger Band. So three zones to look at and watch for Monday Globex. I'll be watching real closely how price reacts. Anything can happen. We're on a high news alert. If something happens in Ukraine, even worse than what's happening already, again, it could be a distinct sell-off at any moment. So got to really watch that. So I'm very concerned about any longs I take or any shorts for that matter, because any news events, the price could just totally blow up or down. So there you have it on the charts. Appreciate your watching the video. Please subscribe if you're not already and hit the like. Aloha and take care.